I've been living in Toronto for 3.5 years now, and it's finally time to hunt for my lucky apartment number 3. Apartment hunting in North America can quickly turn into a nightmare, especially if you just moved here and don't have a credit score, a prior rent history, a local job, or a paycheck that covers at least 2 months of your rent. Thank God I survived all those new immigrant problems in the beginning, and now me and my husband are looking for a 2-bedroom or 1+ den, preferably downtown or west downtown Toronto. Our budget is $3,300 Canadian dollars. We can stretch up to $3,500 if the apartment has insane views or there is something special. Here's our requirements. My husband needs only a king-size bed, and it would be nice to have a table tennis in our amenities. Let's see what downtown Toronto has to offer for that price. The first apartment was listed for $3,500 and was close to our current place. I wasn't sure it was a good fit. There are some issues in the area, including a lot of homeless people here. I'm really ready to change districts. This was the first 2-bedroom unit we saw. It looked nice in the listing, but in reality it was super dirty and messy. I couldn't even film anything here. It was a west-north facing unit with beautiful views, but the floors had these big holes and many of the drawers and kitchen doors were broken. The AC didn't work, so it was a big no for me right away, at least not for this price. The second bedroom was a mess too, and there was a lot of personal stuff, so I couldn't include it in the video. Let's move to the next unit. The second apartment was right on the waterfront, super close to the lake. The listing only showed the layout, no pictures, but the building is brand new and pretty promising, so we decided to book a viewing. It was a 2-bedroom unit for $3,500. The master bedroom was spacious but completely dark. The second bedroom faced the lake, which sounded great at first, but since it was the 67th floor, yes, 67, all you could really see was the sky and the balcony railing here. The balcony view itself was super cool, but the unit had only 2 windows, and one of them faced another building, and that's a big no for me. Quick note, I'm not checking the appliances like oven, dishwasher, fridge or laundry, because everything is in the unit and works. That's a pretty standard here, so you don't have to worry about it. This was the third condo we viewed. The main reason I booked it was the west-facing views. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I just loved watching sunsets and that beautiful evening sky. The condo itself felt pretty old though, same as the whole building. It was 1+ den listed for $2,850, which is actually a really good price. This is the den. Sorry I didn't film it good. The views were amazing. Unobstructed west-facing unit, a lot of natural light as you can see, perfect for my content creation, but I didn't like that the den didn't have a door and the building felt really old. So it was a no for me. I want to give a credit to the area. It's a Liberty Village. I think it's the best place to live in Toronto downtown right now. And I think it's a really good deal for this price. You can clean everything and make it work. I have to say, this unit was love at first sight. Just look at that beautiful sunset. The view was absolutely stunning, exactly what I've been dreaming of. But there is always something, right? The layout was fine, but the rooms themselves were just too small. Technically, we could have made it work, but everything felt really tight. My husband had only one requirement: space for a king-size bed, and this bedroom, it's den, it's not a bedroom. It was basically just a little bigger than the mattress itself. The second bedroom I imagined turning into my little office. It would worked fine, but there was this weird wall cutting through the middle. It's such a strange design choice from the architect. On the bright side, the closets were huge and overall place had a lot of things that clicked for us, and it really felt like a great deal, especially for this price. It was 2700. It was listed as a two bedroom, but technically it was a one plus then, and it was the last unit we viewed that day, and we went home thinking that was the one. I almost put an offer. I've always dreamed of living in a west facing condo with views like that, but the next morning my husband said we should check out a few more units. And honestly, I'm glad we did. It wasn't perfect, especially with those small bedrooms, and I'm happy we kept looking.
Letting miles off, feeling like an 8K. You leaving with me, tell me is a free or do I have to pay? What you say?
The next apartment we booked to see a day before was actually already leased. It got rent out in just one day, which put a lot of pressure on me later. There was only one more unit left in the same building, so we decided to check it out. It was on King West and the layout was okay for the bedrooms, but not great for the living room. There was basically no way to fit both couch and a TV or projector in front of it. Plus it was west-north facing unit, which is not ideal for me. I like that everything was crispy new, bright and modern, but with that layout it's a no for me. The price was 3100. Well, a stage 2 bedroom unit for 3400, which was still within our budget if the view and layout were good, and this unit seemed really nice. This one was at Peter Street, right in the heart of downtown. I actually love this area. The unit was beautifully staged, which means the furniture wasn't real. They'd been trying to sell this condo for almost a year, and since it didn't sell, they decided to lease it instead. Honestly, I loved everything about it. The bedroom looked so cozy, and it was southwest corner unit, which is my ideal orientation. Just look at that view, it's amazing. The closets were huge and the whole unit was 782 square feet. I could totally imagine setting up my office here. Out of everything we'd seen so far, this one was definitely my favorite. We actually made an offer. We got so lucky the landlord didn't pick us. A couple days later, we found out there were a lot of people who struggle with addiction. They were handing out around the area just 1 block away. I already had this experience. It's not only messy, but it can also feel unsafe, especially at night. So yeah, sometimes not getting a place is actually a win. The apartment was beautiful though. Okay, this apartment was the biggest disappointment of the season. 3200 for a 2 bedroom with unobstructed Fort York view. It sounded so promising, but the reality was far from what they showed in the listing. I have to admit the view was probably the most beautiful out of all apartments we saw, but that's where the good part ends. The kitchen looked completely different from the pictures. The listing showed the renovated place, but in person, everything was old and outdated. The carpet smelled awful. And the bathroom, I don't even know where to start. There was this tiny shower room with mold inside and 2 doors connecting it to different bathrooms. Like, who designed that? The layout was super weird. This one is a big stinky no. One more unit with a really sweet price, 2700 for 686 square feet in a nice area. They listed it as a 1 plus den, but in reality it was just a 1 bedroom unit. They would put up this awful handmade partition, basically taking a piece of a living room and calling it a second bedroom. It would have been fine if it was done neatly, but it wasn't. Everything was crooked and messy. The views were great, but it wasn't a high floor unit. Overall, this apartment just didn't click for me. When I saw this listing, I literally screamed. I had to get it. But a day before, we had already put an offer on that staged apartment on Peter Street. So I had to wait 24 hours to hear back from the landlord. By the law here, you can only submit one offer at a time, while the landlord can have multiple offers. And if the landlord picks you, technically you can't decline. Otherwise, you can get into legal trouble and the landlord could even sue you if you back out after signing. I can tell you how relieved I was that the Peter Street landlord didn't pick us. Same evening, we booked a viewing for this unit in the west part of downtown. Just look at how big this apartment is. And the views? Amazing. I love how spacious it felt and the chimney, so cool. I could totally imagine decorating it for Christmas. I fell in love instantly and I told our realtor we wanted to put an offer right away. But then he surprised me with one more unit he had booked for us. I didn't even know about it. He said it was nearby and within our budget, so he decided to schedule a last-minute viewing. And guess what? That turned out to be the one. You'll see it in my all upcoming videos. So that's it. Apartment hunting in Toronto is a roller coaster. You'll see a lot of units that look great online, but in reality is just completely different. So you definitely need to go and check the apartment before renting it. By the way, my first condo I didn't check because the tenant had COVID and I couldn't pick anything because I was a newcomer with literally nothing here. I didn't have even enough money to cover everything. So that's another story. Right now, we already made our decision. In the next video, I'll show you the unit we rented for the next year. If you're also looking for a place in Toronto, I hope this video gives you an idea what you can get in downtown Toronto for 27,000–3,500 Canadian dollars per month. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you made this far, you are the real one.